Due to adult themes in this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Hi there, I'm Simon Rafe and welcome back to Fide Defensor, the defender of the faith, the program that gives you hints and tips on how to answer moral questions. Now this week, a question at the core of many people's rejection of Catholic moral teaching. Namely, why does God even care? Now, it can be asked in many different ways. Why would God send someone to hell? Isn't God all loving? How can you worship a God who punishes people? Why does an omnipotent being care about what a human does? But at the core, these questions are about God and love and consequence. This question can also be a trap. If an atheist asks it, don't answer it. In his mind, there is no God, so God can't care even if that would make sense. With atheists, you will have to argue for Catholic moral teaching simply on its utility. Now, I touched on that last week and will be returning to it later on. But for those people who do believe in God, but who, for example, think he wouldn't punish someone for having a homosexual relationship, you need to explain the nature of God and hell. The question challenges the idea evil actions send someone to hell. People view hell as a punishment. God gets angry and sends those who defies his law there. But that is not the correct way of looking at it. God is all-loving. But love is not an emotion. Love is the act of wanting the best for another person. This is how Jesus can tell us to love our enemies. How can we love those who hurt us if love is merely an emotional response? But we can want the best for them, and that is what love is. God wants the very best for us. That is why he came and died for us. God is merciful to us, and hell is an act of mercy. Evil actions are not simply defiance of arbitrary rules set by God. They are actions which are against our nature. They damage us, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, physically. We are called to love everyone, to love God, and to love our neighbours as ourselves. Now, if we undertake evil actions which hurt us, we are not loving. And if we are not loving, we are becoming less and less like God, who is all loving. Now, how can we love anyone if we don't first love ourselves? Remember, love is not an emotion. It is wanting the best for a person. When we die, we come face to face with God. Now, if we have shown love in our lives, we want to approach God. We want to be closer to the being who loves us and whom we love. But if we have done evil, if we have behaved against our nature and damaged ourselves, we have not shown love. We are incapable of it. Love is selfless, and evil actions are selfish. If we are selfish, when we meet God, we flee from him. We cannot stand to be near such love because we can't respond to it. And so God, in his mercy, lets us leave his presence. That is what hell is. A place filled with people who rejected love and who are given what they want, which is to be away from God. And this is why God cares, because he loves us and because he knows that unless we learn to love, we can never be with him. Hell is not his punishment. It is the inevitable consequence of rejecting love and being selfish. Of course, the question is, how do we know all these sins are really selfish? Now, that's what we're going to look at over the next few episodes. Until then, check out the rest of the basic training series, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, just drop me an email. I'm Simon Rafe. Keep fighting the good fight, and God bless.